You want to add a little bit more flavor to your running man? This is the video for you. I'm going to show you 3 different dance concepts that you can layer on top of your running man to create completely different variations. Let's jump in. So the first concept we're going to add to our running man is called twist. Now what I want you to do before we get into it is just stand with both feet about hip distance apart, put some nice weight into the feet by bending into the knees, and I want you to take your heels, it doesn't matter which way you go, but push the weight into the balls of the toe and flick the heels and twist the hips. All right. Notice my chest is staying forward. My hips, my knees, and my toes have rotated. I can now come back to center and let's go to the other side. Twist and back. Twist and back. It's very helpful as well. If you want to bring the elbows up here, it helps to keep the chest more stabilized. Okay. You can also do this without the pause in the middle and just twist, 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 twist. So that is the concept that we're going to add into our running man. Now, when we get into our open position, you've probably seen this variation look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, and 8. You've probably seen people do it and been like, what is that move? It's not a move. It's just a running man with a twist on top. Literally, with a twist. All right? So this is what you're going to do. I'm going to teach facing the back. We're going to do a few running mans beforehand just to get into the groove, and then I'll let you know when to stop, when to twist. You're going to elevate your right leg. We're going to do 2 running mans first. You're going to go 1 and 2 and. Normal running mans. When you drop down for your 3rd running man on 3, you're going to drop into your open position, and you're going to really make sure you're stabilized here. Notice that the back foot is already on the ball of the toe, which is great. And then we're just going to have to push the weight a little bit more on the ball of the toe and the front foot as well. So we're going to drop down 3, and then the same way we pulled our heels to one side, we're going to pull our heels to our right side and twist our hips to the left. So we're going to go 3, twist, and come back to center 4. Now, we basically just took the place of one of our running man rotations. So we're simply just going to resume where we were, pull back up on this left leg into perch, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to do 2 running mans, 5 and 6. And now we know this is our twist running man. We're going to drop down 7. And now we have to twist to the opposite side because our left leg is in front. So our heels are going to turn to the left and our hips are going to turn to the right. So we drop down 7, twist, and 8. Now we can pick up our right leg into our perch again, and. All right, let's do that again, starting with our right leg elevated. So it's 2 running mans, then a twist, pick up, 2 running mans, then a twist, pick up. Here we go. Make sure to keep it small. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1 and 2 and 3. Twist, 4, pick up, 5 and 6 and 7. Twist, 8, pick up, 1. This next one is adding the concept of rotation to your running man, and it's going to look like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? Many people will look at this and just be like, oh, what spin is that? Sometimes people call it the running man spin, which is technically true, but it's really important to see that these are just 2 separate things, a foundation that we already know with this concept layered over top. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do 2 running mans to start, just get us into the groove, starting on the right leg again, 1 and 2 and. From here, we're going to start rotating our hips, our legs, our chest, everything over to the right side. You can also cross to the other side, but we're going to go open for today. Practice it on both legs, and then make sure you practice it in both ways as well. So 1 and 2 and. We're going to drop open into our normal open position for 3. All right? So the hips may not be perfectly centered to where the knees and toes are pointing. It may end up being a little bit more of like an open kind of running man rather than the hips being squared with it. That's totally cool. There's kind of a style difference between the 2, and that's really up to you. Okay? So we have 1 and 2 and. We're going to open 3. We're going to pick up into our normal perch position with the left leg, but we're going to continue that rotation just a little bit. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to drop into our triangle position, our open position with the left leg in front, but we're going to rotate a bit more. 4. Notice that we're slowly ticking our way around the clock. picking up our back leg, rotating again, and we can do another one here to get us back to the front. 5, and then I would probably ride this out with more running mans just to stabilize. 6, 7, 8, okay? Depending on how new this is to you or how comfortable you are with spinning, you can probably get through that rotation with less running mans. Like there are definitely people who will open and cross and drop like much quicker without that third running man in there. That's completely up to you. We can stretch it out as many running mans as we need to get that full rotation. So do what feels comfortable and start with small increments first. All right. Right leg elevated. Let's do it again. 5, 6, 2 normal ones. Go 1 and 2. Open 3. Cross 4. Open 5, 6, 7, 8. Amazing. Make sure you try it on the other side as well. This last concept variation is one of my favorites, especially if you time it perfectly with the music, and that is the concept of jump. So it's going to look something like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. All right, let's work on this from the back. Same thing. There's always a million different ways that you can start this, but we're going to start them the same. That way they're easy to change for you and you can go and get more creative with it later. 2 running mans, starting on the right leg. 1 and 2 and. Now, just as the other examples, when we go into 3, our third running man, that's where we're going to trigger our concept of jump. What you're going to do is you're going to step down on 3, you're going to pop up on and you're going to land back down on 4. Obviously, I cannot control how fast I come back down, so I'm trying to do it slow, but bear with me here. 3 and 4. From here, you're immediately going to spring back up with your left leg elevated in your perch like nothing ever happened. And you can either do more running mans after this, or we can switch to the other side, which we'll do right now just for practice purposes. Same thing, 2 normal running mans, and then on the third one, jump. So you would go 5 and 6 and prepare for your jump here. 7 and 8, 7 and 8, picking up the right leg and then proceeding from there. Let's do it all together. Right leg is elevated. 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1 and 2 and jump. 4 and 5 and 6 and jump. 7 and 1. Few tips here. Make sure you're not spread too far when you jump. Keep the running man small, because the more your legs are under your center of gravity, the easier it's going to be to launch yourself and catch yourself safely. The other thing, this is just one of many ways that you can add a jump into a running man. Just wanted to give you an example for today. If there's one major thing that you take away from this, I don't want it to just be these cool variations that you add into your flow. I want it to be the fact that you can add these 3 concepts in so many different ways to any of your shuffle dance foundations and create completely new variations just like we did today. In all 3 of those, I just demonstrated the most foundational of them. There are so many other ways to play with just the running man and just those same 3 concepts and get a completely different result. I really want to empower dancers to start thinking more creatively, to stop worrying about what moves are called and trying to learn more moves, and start by learning more concepts that can completely change the moves that you already know and love. If you enjoyed this and you're someone who already understands your shuffle dance fundamentals, but you're wanting to work on becoming a more creative freestyler, my Shuffle Shred On Demand course is definitely for you. We go over so many different ways that you can add concepts, layers, variations to your shuffle dance flow, so you can not only learn the things that my brain comes up with or that other people's brains come up with, but your brain can think for itself and also come up with really cool and fun and unique variations just like this, on top of technical instruction, one-to-one feedback from me, a full online course plus 60 days inside of our community. I'm going to drop all of the information on that inside of the description of this video. Let me know if this was helpful, if you enjoy these variation videos, and make sure, if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to Shuffle Shred, share this with a friend or a fellow shuffle dancer who could benefit from this, and I hope to see you in the next one.